The Mandalorian is not mid, you are. Everyone knows from the beginning that Star Wars was for kids, and people are trying to act like it's supposed to be this great show now. Apparently, Andor gives it some weight that people want it to be good now. They want it to be better, and I'm not saying that I don't want that either. It's still for kids. It's still for kids, and it's provable.
It's a film for 12-year-olds.
All of you that are watching this also probably watched Clone Wars, and that's for children.
Kill me. Please.
The Mandalorian's a game. The Mandalorian is a game that you can play, and you can play it with your family. You can play it on your own. You don't just sit back and mindlessly, like a droid, if you will. You don't just sit back and mindlessly take it in. All right, you don't just watch it like some boring show. The way that it's structured is you can play it. They give you rules, a whodunit mystery. There's a question in the genre style. When you watch it, you're almost kind of playing a game with yourself of who's gonna come out as the murderer or the killer in a whodunit. Mandalorian is a very similar way. Let me take you back to a bad show for a second. Boba Fett. We're gonna go back to episode 5. There's a scene that people I think took for granted too much. When he's getting on the tram, they give a whole minute to just him unloading his weapons. They give you 1, 2, they show all the weapons. But you get to see it with your eyes, what he could use in the future. And now you in season 3 are watching all of The Mandalorian, even at the end of Boba Fett, seeing every possibility that he could use. Star Wars is almost always built on the Deus ex machina of the Force. Little baby Grogu guy will out of nowhere use a new type of force power, or maybe be stronger than they are in the Force in that moment to save the day. And that is just the design of Star Wars. It's almost a story about a people group that use Deus ex machinas. So it's not to say that it's bad in this show and other things, but it's repetitive and it's used shamelessly at this point. Where The Mandalorian differs is it lays out a structure for a character. It shows you what they're capable of and what they can use. And a better thing yet of the game is that he actually earns things as time goes on. He earns his jetpack. He earns greater armor. He earns that family, that people group. He gets to see Navarro grow up with the people that he knows. You get to see his world and the things that he gains expands as he goes on these continued missions. And as he uses these weapons that have been laid before you, they still have the balance of Grogu giving those Deus Ex Machinas with the Force, where he comes out of nowhere, lifts up the freaking rhino, and they get out scot-free. But it's side by side with the structure of Mando. It's side by side with the rules and laws that they've given this character. What makes the show good and what makes it gamified, just like a whodunit in the way of who's the murderer, it's how is Mando gonna get out of this situation? Just like the old programs back in the day, they want to make it a television show that you can jump in and you don't need to know what happened last week or the week before. Do people treat it that way? Nah, this is Star Wars. They're gonna treat it like it's like a Bible, you know? They're gonna still be looking for the next episode and how it ties into everything else. But they want it to be the monster of the week. The fact that you can have this structure, they can have that scene where they show you everything that Mando is capable of and will use. A show completely dedicated to Deus Ex Machinas, and they've given you a structure with it that you can play with at the same time. It's well written. It's well done. Star Wars really has been killing it this year. Bad Batch Season 2 is really good. You can tell Star Wars is getting patient. I think they should bring the Galactic Civil War into the Clone Wars animation style. That's just me. But that's just me, you know? That's just one of my opinions, one of my many opinions. And a lot of people have a lot of opinions about a lot of things. And that's just one of mine. So, you guys think Darth Maul's gonna make an appearance? You think we're gonna see his lightsaber maybe? You think maybe they'll bring in his lightsaber? Do you think Din Djarin is the son of Kylo Ren and Rey? Do you think Din Djarin is the Padawan of Kylo Ren and Rey? Do you think that's what's going on there? Do you think Din Djarin is Jar Jar Binks' long-lost brother? You ever think about that? You ever thought about how Din Djarin might be Jar Jar's long-lost bro? Yeah, I bet you didn't even think about that. That's not even something that crossed your mind, I bet. You know, Boba Fett wasn't a great show, but its song, its main theme was incredible. That I had the men's choir. That was so cool. That was a great idea. You know, Boba Fett may have been a pretty bad show, but it made me throw my head back. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. And what else do you guys want to see? You guys want to see me do the hot chip challenge? You guys want to see me do a hot chip challenge? You guys want to see me do a hot one challenge? You guys want to see me do a hot one challenge with the boys? You guys want to see me and the boys do a hot one challenge? You want to see us go catch y'all on the battlefield. I'll see y'all on the other side of life. I'll catch y'all in the median, you know? Star Wars out. Mando out. Star Wars out of here.